Hi, this is Lauren Cheek from Loricopia, and I wanted to do a quick video about the Golden State Killer because it's so fascinating. They used DNA testing from his relatives to be able to track down the killer, murderer, and rapist that is known as the Golden State Killer. Now this guy, what's fascinating about it is he was prolific through, like, I guess the late 70s and 80s, and was separately identified in the news by 3 different names because they weren't even sure that the same person was committing these crimes. The way that they found him was there's a website called gedmatch.com, and when you DNA test, you can submit to gedmatch.com, and they give you a lot of information about other relatives and other databases and things like that, so you can compare your DNA and track your genealogy, etc. through cousins. I found many cousins through this, and it was recommended to me by one of my cousins that was a match when they found me, and I ended up updating. They also use GEDmatch for like medical research and that sort of thing, so it's actually a very important site, but you get a lot out of it if you're willing to submit your DNA to it. So I did, because I'm kind of scientific like that. But the way that they found him is they were able to trace samples of his DNA from the crime scene and compare it to DNA of people that were closely related to him, which then was able to lead them back to him. And the way that they caught him is they actually rummaged through his trash and found a tissue that he'd blown his nose with. They DNA tested that. And then when they tracked him down to arrest him, he went to a Hobby Lobby, and they took a swab from the door handle, I guess from his sweat or from his cells from his hand, and were able to positively identify him as the rapist and killer. And now he's like a 70-year-old or something. You can actually Google this and read it, but it's just a fascinating story. DNA testing, not anybody in his family pointing the finger at him, nobody even testifying that he was the killer. They were DNA testing like we all do, and they were able to solve a long unsolved string of criminal activities through that. So anyway, I thought, and somebody should do this because like Jack the Ripper, we've always wondered who was Jack the Ripper. You can actually find Jack the Ripper from DNA testing. If any of that DNA that they took from the crime scene is still viable, they could test that, find people that have tested, and be able to triangulate the identity of that person. And he might be one of the suspects, the original suspects, or he might turn out to be someone that's a total surprise to us. So anyway, if you go out and do that, Scotland Yard, give this video some credit. Loricopia. We'll talk to you later.